Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 8 of this SS Bremen tutorial. Today's focus, the masts, top deck houses, propellers, rudders, and probably more deck houses as well. I've got a list of things written down of what to do, and all sorts to do, but anyway, what we're going to do first is the bow mast, which is already on that one. I'm going to fly down now to the forecastle, which you've already done in part, can't remember what part we've done it in, but this is the forecastle. Go to the straight wall of the front wall of the superstructure here, which is just above the forecastle. And we're going to go to the wood blocks from the centre block, and we're going to go to the 15th block back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's where we'll start building. And the masts are the same colour as the funnels. And I can't remember what colour I use. Is it? Yeah, yellow hardened clay. So we use that. So that's what we use for the masts. Yellow hardened clay. And the first mast, the front mast, is going to be 62 blocks high. So I use Word Edit for this. So I use just measure from the first block and just do freehand, and then measure it when I get to the top. Because I can't be bothered to count it. But it's 62 blocks high. And I'll measure it when I get to the top. So how are we now? That is 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1 and 2. So that's 62. There it says at the end of that pink sentence. So that's 62. And then third block down from the top. No, make it the fifth block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth block down. Build out 2. Same on the other side. So build out 2 like that. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down from there and go 6 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. That's the mast. Well, the top half of the mast is slightly different to the one on the prototype, but I'm just doing this a bit more randomly. So that's the mast. Fly down to the bottom now. Dunk. Right, and now up from the bottom. So we're at the bottom of the mast. Go to the fifth block up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the sides put a block there and a block there, and then for the spurs you want to build 30 blocks forward. So from these blocks here you build 30 blocks forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 30, and the same with the other side. So 30 blocks forward. I won't bother counting because I can just measure it to the other side. So we go to 30 other side, and then for the back, you go from the back of the blocks here, and you're going to want 8 rows of 3. So we go 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So it's 8 rows of 3. And do the same on the other side. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 rows of 3 like that. So there we go, there's the forward mast done. You can add a bit of rigging to it as well if you want, iron bars and things like that. So that's the forward mast. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to fly down to the back end of the ship, and before we add the aft mast, the back mast, we've got to build a deck house on the superstructure first. So we'll fly down, and what we're going to do is we go to the back end of the boat deck, well the back end of the boat deck superstructure. So you've got the boat deck here, which is this one here, and you've got the superstructure here. So we go to the back end of this. So you can see you've got the main superstructure there with the funnels on top. So you go right to the back end of the boat deck superstructure, and you go to the centre block, which is this one here. And I'm just going to double check this, make sure this is right. So it's boat deck superstructure. So there's the boat deck. This is the superstructure. That is all fine. So yeah, so for the centre block here, you're going to count forward 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and we start building our deck house. So the deck house is 23 wide. So what's that? 11 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 11 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then for the sides are 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. So 22 like that. Same on the other side. So blah, 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 blah. Won't bother counting it. There we go, and then across the back, or the front, whichever way you're building it. It's basically a square, so it's 22 wide, no, 22 sides, 23 wide, and then just increase the height to 3 blocks high. My voice is already starting to fail. So 3 blocks high, use set quartz, like that, and then across the other side, or the back. And up the other side, like that, and across the front. So there we go, that's the deck house walls all done. Then, like before, just add the roof, which is going to be wood blocks. So if I stand on here, just use the fill tool to fill in the wood. Fill wood 200. There we go, that's the roof added. So there we go, that is the that deck house done. And like before on all the other deck houses and things on the stern and the superstructure. Now, just looking at the one in the distance, I think I'm slightly off. I think that's fine actually. I think it's just where this ship is further back, and is you know, it's further back from the other ship. So that there, yeah. Just looking, the mast is sat on a deck house over there, as you can see by the crosshairs there. The mast is on a deck house, but it looks further forward than where I am. But because of that, it's because of the ship is further forward. That's why. So apologies there if things look a bit wrong. But yeah, like I was saying, you can start adding doors or windows to this wall here. So you know, use your routine. Window, couple of doors, you know, window, 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 and so forth all the way along. So yeah, you can start adding the doors and windows to that one. But for the mast itself, you're going to go to the front wall and to the centre block, which I think is here. So I just measure to make sure it is the centre block. There to there, and there to there. Yep, so that's the centre block. And for the mast itself, you're going to go to the 8th back on the wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we start building there. And this mast is a little bit shorter. I haven't actually measured to see if the masts do actually reach the same height. So if you're going to be adding rigging between the two masts, then I suggest you do a few tests to make sure, or you know, make sure a bit of measuring to make sure both masts reach the same height. I'm just going by what I've got on the prototype. Whether the masts are the same height, I don't know. But the mast itself, this one here, is 47 blocks high. So I measure from the first block, that one, and we just build up until we reach our goal of 47. So that is 34, and that is 48. Drop one, there we go, that's 47 blocks high. So like on the bow, we go to the 5th block down. I think it's the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Build out 3. And then 6 down from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Build out 6. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And there we go, that's the stern mast done. And what we do, we drop down to the bottom. Spunk. And what we do is go to the 5th block up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We add the 2 blocks out to the side like this. And we're only adding the aft. What are they? Not derricks, are they? They're basically crane arms, but I can't remember the name for them. But anyway, what we want is just 5 rows of 6. So from here we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's basically a row of 6 because of the first 2 blocks, or the first blocks. That's 6. You just want 5 rows of 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's fine. Same on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. And that's the stern mast done. Just check my notes to make sure everything's fine. Okay, back again. Apologies there, the game decided to have a seizure and crash, so I had to start again. Anyway, what we're going to do now is go to the top of the very top of the superstructure, which is the bit which supports the funnel. So I've got this big building here with the sort of wings there. Before we start what I was going to build, I'm just going to show I have added the doors and windows to this area here. So basically it's the usual routine of a set of windows and a door, set of windows and a couple of doors and things like that. But I've also added a set of windows along the top, which if you go on the inside is basically, can't get in there, oh great, broke the door. I mean basically it's windows like that, so it's sort of like a bloody cathedral in here now. But that's how I've laid out the windows. It's just at random, but I've added windows above as well, so it all looks fine, because of the black lines and that just looks so random, so I thought I'd just add windows, and it looks alright. But like I say, you don't have to follow it as gospel, you can add anything you want and it should all look fine. Anyway, what we're going to do now is, before I was rambling on, we'll go to the back end of the main superstructure. So you've got the funnels there, back end of the main superstructure. We'll go to the centre block, which is this one here, and go down to the deck below. So we've got the main superstructure there, so down to the deck below, and we're going to go to the 7th back from this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We add a block, and then you're going to go out to the side 5, but don't build anything, just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then add a block. Same the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then add a block, and get rid of the centre. So what we're doing here is two symmetrical, I should say, deck houses, which sort of look like funnels in the photographs I've seen, but I leave it open to interpretation. Anyway, we'll go from the right hand side building. So what we're going to do is build the wall, the front wall 6 wide, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the sides are going to be 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Same the other side, 14, like that, and then join them across the back like that, and then increase them in height to 4 blocks high. So use the World Edit tool, set quartz in it, across the back, and then down the sides, across the other way, and then down the other side, and there we go. There's the deck house added. And then the roof is red, so we're going to use red wool, or we'll use anything that's red. Just use it to make the roof. There we go. There's the red roof. And then for the front, or the forward 6 blocks of the sides, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just add a wall like that. Same the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then across the front like that. So basically it's creating a sort of sloped design, but of course you haven't got proper sloped blocks, but you can if you want. Use a quartz slab. So add 1, 2, 3 like that, so it sort of creates a sloping design. 1, 2, 3 like that. So that's that deck house. And just do the same thing the other side. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the sides, which are 14. I could just use World Edit to copy paste it, but I might as well not. Let's do the same this side, 14, then across the back, and then increase in height to 4 blocks high. And then the roof again. And then finally the front of the deck house. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 there. And there we go. There's the two sort of funnel shaped deck houses on the deck superstructure there, and that is how that looks on there. So that's all fine. So you can check my notes again and work out what we're going to do next, so bear with me. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to move down to the underside of the ship now and add the propellers. There is another deck house to go on, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I want to get the propellers and the rudder out of the way first. So we're going to fly down to the underside of the ship. Have a slurp of night vision shit. And what we're going to do is add some rudder hinges first. Now, what did I use on the original? I think I used stone wall or whatever it was. Where'd you get the wall from? I don't know where you get it. Where do you get the bloody wall from? Wall. No, that's cube. Wall. Oh, there it is. Cobblestone wall, that's what I was looking for. Right, so what we're going to do, add a few hinges using cobblestone. So put one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. So basically, you go from the bottom basically, and then one every other block. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. So there's your rudder hinges. And then for the rudder itself, we'll go from the bottom, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 high. Itchy arm, sorry, excuse me. And then we just fill in the space in between. So go to the back end and join it to the front end, and then you got to just fill in the gap in between. Do 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 do. There we go, that's the rudder added. You can sculpt it a bit more if you want, but I thought sod it. Now, on the original ship, there was a groove between the rudder hinges and the main hull of the ship. So, we go to the keel of the ship, and you're going to go from the hinges, you're going to go 1 and then 2 back, and then you're going to cut a hole. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 high. No, make it 11 because there's a gap there. So, make it 11 high, the gap between the main hull and the rudder hinge there. This is just what I've seen on the photographs and things like that, so just cut that small flange in there. So there we go. And then for the propellers, there's 4 propellers, and they are, I'm just trying to work out where they go. So where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? We go back to the rudder hinges, or the end of the keel, which is here. And we're going to go to the 10th block up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you want to go 8th block back. So that's 1, 2, 3. No, sorry. Count this as the 10th block up, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, make it 7. Or just ignore everything I just said. Bloody night vision's gone again. Right, replenish that. So, try it again. We'll start from the actual rudder area. So from the first block of the flange. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 10 up and 8 back, or forward rather. And you build out from there. So I can't remember how many we actually build, but I imagine it's about 5. Did I read it right? Yeah, go about 4 or 5 out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Out like that, and then you go down 2, and then down 2 again, like that. So that's your propeller shaft, and then on the end you build 1 forward, and then we use yellow again. I haven't got a proper bloody yellow block. Use yellow wool for this. So use yellow wool. So put 1 red block, then 1 yellow block. Then you build your propeller design. Now I can't remember one I used, but we'll sort of go 3 up, 2 and 1, and then 1, 2, 3. 2 and 1, down 1, 2, 3, 2 and 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now you can use that design, or you can use another design. The one that I use on the prototype, I think, is just basically that design. It's sort of not quite a swastika sort of design, and then I put a middle block like that. So that's the design I sort of come up with. But if you want to add a few extra bits for the blades, then by all means do so. That's the one I come up with. We won't add the rest of the prop shaft yet, because we're going to add the second propeller first. So we go to the top of where we built the first prop, which is here. And then we're going to count another few blocks back. So we're going to go 22 from here. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that's where we build our second prop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out, and then 2 and 2. Now we are overhanging the side here, so you may want to bring the propeller in a bit. This one here was 1, 2, 3, 4 out, whereas this one is 5. So what I'll do, I'll reduce it to 4, like that. So it's 4 out rather than 5, and then the 2 underneath. So we're still overhanging the side, or sticking out from the underside, but we'll worry about that another day. And then we'll add block there, and then the yellow block there. And then we build our propeller, so 2, 3, and then 2, 3 out, and 2, 3 down, and 2, and then 3 out, and then 2 there. Centre point, and there we go, there's the 2 propellers. And they're roughly about halfway between up and down, and the bloody night vision's gone again. And what you want to do is from the first propeller, which is the one that we built first, we just go and add the prop shaft, build it forward, and blend it in with the rest of the ship. Same with the next row up, build forward, connect with the rest of the ship, and the same with the rest of the blocks here. Like so, there we are, there's the first prop shaft. And the same with the one behind. So this one's slightly longer because of the curve of the ship. So just build forward, and it will eventually blend in with the rest of the ship. Up to there. Remember, because this section of the ship is so long, it's the or the curve of the ship is so shallow, it takes it's a bit of a longer prop shaft. But anyway, things aren't too bad. Let's build this one all the way forward as well, and the same with the top row. There we go, there's the second prop shaft. And that is the 2 of 4 propellers. And they're all in place. So basically what you want to do is just copy the same thing on the other side. And everything should be fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use World Edit and do that. And see if I can do it as quickly as I can. But because it's a prop, I've got to go about this distance away. So if I copy from, say about there, and then copy down to the rudder, and then flip it over, and everything should be fine. So go down to the bottom of the rudder, copy to there. And what we do, we go copy, flip to the right, and then hit paste. Yay, it worked. Right, there we are. Both propellers, or both sets of propellers, are in place, and the ship now has, well, movement sort of thing. Even though it's a static display of object in Minecraft, but there's the props in place, and don't look too bad. It actually looks better than what I'd done in the prototype. The prototype, they looked a bit squashed up and a bit higher as well, so I managed to lower them a bit, and they don't look too bad. Anyway, next job is to add a deck house. Now I'm just going to quickly glance over at the prototype to make sure this goes in the right place. So, yep, that's fine. So what we're going to do now is go to the overhang of the back of the ship. So we're at the back of the boat deck. So the boat deck is here. And we're going to go to the overhanging area, which is down below it. So you've got the overhang here, which is right below the boat deck. Go to the centre block, which is here. And we're going to go to the third block forward. So just wait for the night vision to disappear. So bear with me a second on that. Okay, that's gone. So we're going to go to the third block forward. So 1, 2, 3. And we start building the deck house there. Now this deck house is 17 wide, so what's that? That's 8 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for the sides are 30 blocks. Now this may or may not work. So it's 30 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Like that. So it's a 30 block deck house, or 30 block long deck house. And just fly to the bottom and build the other side. So it's 17 wide and the sides are 30. And then join them across the back, or the front in this case, like so. And then increase them in height to 3 blocks high. So 2, 3. Using World Edit to make it all 3 blocks high. Then across the back. And down the other side. And across the front. Like so. Now the roof The roof is just white block, so what we're going to do is just go from corner to corner and add a white roof, like so. And then there is another bit to go on top, but I'll leave that for the next video. It's basically a skylight that goes on the top. Or is it a skylight or is it a vent? I think it's a vent actually. But we'll worry about that in the next part. But this deck house doesn't have any windows, but you can add a few doors to it. So what I'll do, I'll just add a door down this end here. So actually I'll use a single door. So put a door there, and I'll put a door down the other end. There, and one on the other side. There, and one on the other side, or other end. And there we go, that's the doors added. And yeah, there is another thing that goes on, but we'll worry about that later on. Right, I think that is pretty much it for this part. Just double checking my notes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There is still more detail to go on, of course. There's, of course, all the handrails and things like that. That vent that goes on the top of that deck house we just built. There's also the biplane as well, which goes on a gantry between the two funnels. Lifeboats, always important, and we're going to have the lifeboats. Also a few vents that go on the bow, a couple of vents on the top of the bridge. There's also a cutaway that goes on the side of the main hull that'll be added later on as well. So I think, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get away with all those parts in the last in one more video. I don't think I will need to do 2 more videos. But we'll see. I think just one more video, but we'll see when we get to it. There's also a platform that goes on the forward funnel as well, so I just forgot about that. So if I'm lucky, there'll be one more video. If not, there'll be 2 more videos. So we're getting right to the end of this build now, and everything is taking shape quite nicely. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So this just recaps. There's lifeboats, vents, handrails, plane, more vents, platform above the bridge, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that should be for part 9. So this is part 8, isn't it? So that's for part 9, and part 10 maybe as well. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off, and disappearing, and I shall return in part 9, hopefully. So bye for now.